So I live in a town called Maple Ridge, and over the last 10 to 15 years, the town has degraded quite a bit, and this has happened in a lot of places all over the Lower Mainland in British Columbia, Western Canada. There's a lot of crack and heroin addiction and a lot of homeless people running around stealing and doing a lot of stuff. Now, I'm not saying all homeless people are drug addicts, but I'm just saying there are a lot of homeless people that are drug addicts in Maple Ridge, and you can see them outside the Tim Hortons or going through the garbage cans all the time, and it's become quite an epidemic here in the Lower Mainland. And yesterday I was at the local shopping center just getting some groceries with my wife, and there was a shoplifter just booking it out of the store at some point, and I saw the security guard chase after him, and I decided to help, so this was the aftermath.
Desmond,
relax.
Fuck, let me sit up.
No.
Just let me sit up,
Okay,
man.
sit up.
Chase me down in front of everybody for 10. You're gonna chase me down for $10?
So really, I just want to take this moment to say, if this person spent more time in the gym than partying, they probably would have been able to outrun me. So today I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about CNS, or Central Nervous System type training. Okay, somebody down below actually stated that they haven't really read a lot of research on it, and I'm not really speaking from a place of research. I speak all bro science, or from a place of practicality, or what I've done and my experience, okay? So bear that in mind. But the fact is that if we just use common sense, when you think about a movement, if you can hit a lot of different muscles at once and lift more weight because of it, you know, you would think that your body would adapt as a whole in some way to that. Okay, so for instance, if I'm lifting 400 pounds as opposed to 5 pounds with my earlobe muscles or something like that, and I'm lifting 400 pounds with my overall body, like say a squat or a deadlift, that must create some sort of stimulus in the body that will create a different type of adaptive response. Another way you could look at it is when you fire a lot of muscles at once, when your body has to recruit all of the muscles in the body in order to perform a certain task, there will be a hormonal discharge from that. Your body will say, okay, we need to create certain hormones to support the system. We need to get the nervous system firing differently. We need to actually increase our immune system ability to recover from all this damage and all these different muscles and in the structures. If you think of it this way, doing compound movements with large amounts of weight are a very effective way to create an overall stimulus in the body to say, adapt, put on size everywhere, put on strength and mass everywhere. So with bodybuilding, what you're trying to do is you're trying to harness that part of the system, as well as now, you know, just work individual muscle groups and get them to grow too. Because there's different types of stimulus that cause different responses in your system. Just training one small muscle also creates an adaptation response, okay? But one thing I have noticed, just from my own experience, is that when I squat heavier one day, or, you know, when I was deadlifting back in the day, when I deadlifted heavier, then when I went to go train the little body parts, not only did the weight feel lighter, but it also felt like I got a greater pump, and it felt like I got greater results overall throughout my entire body. It was almost like there was some sort of signal that was sent to my system that said grow. So then it seemed like I got more results from all the little body parts. Now that said, it doesn't mean that you have to train like that all the time. It just means that this type of training is something that you want to add to your training. It's not like the only way to train. But if you include movements at some point in your training that say, okay, I want to put on as much weight on there in a load safely, there will be some sort of response from your body that will assist you with all the tweaks and the small type of muscle groups you want to train as well. Okay, so then when you're doing bicep curls, you're getting a better pump, you're getting more results from that because you did the heavy deadlifts or the heavy squats or the heavy whatever type of movement you can think of. I know guys that have done 5 or 6 plates aside just for shrugs, and you can see that their body seems to respond from it in some way, even though they're barely even moving the weight. It's just holding on to that mass amount of weight is causing the body to say, okay, there's a certain type of stress in the system right now, and you know all that shakiness people get when they actually train and they're lifting super heavy weight, just trying to balance it? That causes the nervous system to have to fire, and that is definitely sending a signal to your immune system and to your endocrine system, to all the systems in the body, because the nervous system is how your body communicates. So if your nervous system is giving this feedback to the entire system, I guarantee you there will be some sort of response, and I'm sure there is some research out there to support this. Some of you might have found it, but I have found that just lifting heavyweight period safely does cause your overall body to adapt much better to the bodybuilding days, I guess, or the hypertrophy days. So when you are doing lots of reps or you're doing some movement on a smaller muscle group, you do seem to adapt to it much better. So I hope this kind of gives you a little bit of illumination, and, you know, share your experiences down in the comments below. I'm sure some people will benefit from some of your guys' experience, and thanks a lot for watching, and thanks for sharing my stuff, and take care for now.